Hello, welcome to a fresh episode here. I don't know what we're going to call this one. We're going to call it a mashup, mix-up, hodgepodge, whatever you want. I'm on vacation this week, so I'll have the liberty and the time to post a bunch of stuff, and I have plenty of stuff to post about. So this week, or I'm sorry, not this week, but on this episode, we're going to talk about a bunch of new things that I've recently picked up. I've got a purchase I made on Facebook Marketplace. I've got a bunch of purchases that I made at the recent Jacktown show in Bangor, PA. So let me get this thing going and show you what we got.
Before I forget, these weren't a purchase but a find. Anybody that follows the channel or remembers, I run heavy equipment for a living. I do residential excavation. And people ask all the time if I found anything cool, any money, any bodies, etc., etc. I tell you what I find a lot of are bottles and golf balls. I find a ton of golf balls. And just the other day, it was weird. I don't know if there was a hole there or what, but I was digging next to a driveway, making a driveway wider, and started stripping off the topsoil, and all these bottles started popping up. Most of them were broken, but there was some newer ones, and like this one here, this is a Listerine bottle, but it's got a screw-on metal cap. I think all of these have screw threads. This one's not. Nope, that's a screw thread as well. So they're all relatively new, but they're pretty cool. They've got some neat shapes to them. So, little brown bottle here. I'll soak them, clean them up, get them cleaned out, and keep them for little projects or something. So there we go. So if anybody follows Facebook or Instagram, I've already posted about these two here, the coal forge and the new anvil I got. These came from the Facebook Marketplace. I bought them both from the same guy. This one is a Fisher anvil. I believe it's 155 pounds. I haven't weighed it yet. And it is dated 1889, and there's patent markings in here, 1877, 79, and 86, and so on. So and there's an 8, and it looks like 11 here. I'm not sure what that is, but I did read that the older models had the year of manufacture cast into them, and that had to do with warranty purposes. Supposedly they were warranted for a year, or however that works. I'm not really sure. So that's pretty cool. It's in pretty expected shape. Actually, not too bad. It hasn't been abused. It's definitely been well used. So I originally wanted to have an extra anvil, just because you just never know. And the one that I have that I use is, this thing's been in our family, I think, since new. It is a Dun & Murcott. It's American, 145 pound. And that company was only in business for like 7 or 10 years, early 1900s to like 1915, and then they just disappeared. So I don't want to hurt it, but I have a feeling there's not much I can do to it that my forefathers haven't already done to it. I've heard stories of some of the things that my grandfather did with it, so I don't think I could hurt the daggone thing. So anyhow, that's this guy. And the forge, I found some numbers cast into the blower housing, but I haven't really looked around on it too much. It's pretty neat. It has a ratcheting mechanism, and this leather belt, it drives a little pulley up in there, and then this guy here, this little gear, you pull, so I'll have to do some homework and look into that and see how it works. As you can see, it's pretty cracked up. I'm guessing people didn't have it lined properly, if at all, and plus just age and time. That's pretty neat. guess that's like a diffuser. So that's that guy. I'll post more as I find out information on it. So let's switch over to the Jacktown finds. So I didn't take any footage up at Jacktown because it was probably the biggest event that I had gone to, and I really wanted to focus on looking around, seeing everything, and basically just shopping. I didn't want to miss anything. And so I didn't do any footage of it. I just wanted to soak it all in and spend my time up there and just have a good time. So next time I go, I'll be a little more relaxed and probably get a little bit of footage up there. And there's plenty of videos that are going to be posted of other YouTubers that were up there and the things they saw and whatnot. So I got up there early. I met with old Scout Crafter. Got the honorary specialized tour around the place. He showed me all the good vendors and where all the good stuff is and what to look for and how to bargain. And he gave me the me and another fella took us under his wing and really showed us the ropes up there. And it was a really good time, and it was really neat to meet him in person. Met a bunch of other YouTubers in person. Saw 805 Road King up there. Didn't get to talk to them. They were pretty busy. It was towards the end. Tom Gun Tools, I saw him up there. Didn't really get to talk to him. There's just so much going on. But 357 Magdad was up there. Got a little package from him with some stickers and a little sample of flits and an official Chuck fan club magnet. It's really cool. It was just a real good time. Lots of trains. I met that fella. He's got a really cool lantern channel. So just a real good time to network. But here, let me show you some of the stuff we got going on here. All right, so here we go. So we'll start with the giveaways. Like I say, this is the package that Magdad gave me. Well, he handed out. So I've got a sticker to put up on my sticker board. Scout Crafter had one of these little thermometers for everybody. That's pretty awesome. And then there was a raffle drawing, and my number got called. And one of Scout Crafter's videos, he did these set of Boker lineman's pliers. So he had everything lined out. He had a set of viewer gifts that he had displayed, and when your number got called, you were allowed to go up and pick something. They were shiny and they just caught my eye. That was the first thing I went to. So that's really cool. Staying on the freebie theme, was making some purchases, and I had these little books. This one here is a handy multipliers and trigonometry guide for engineers. I just thought it was interesting. It's old, and I like things like that. And there's also how to use a slide rule. And here's another one, use and care of drawing instruments. And the fellow that I was buying from, he just threw them in, said I could have them. That was really cool. And then I was making another purchase, and I had this slide rule in there. And that gentleman, he just threw that one in. So that was really cool. So that's a little freebie pile. Real quick, if I seem like I'm talking fast and kind of rushing, I'm out here in the garage and it's really, really humid, and I have to turn my fan off, otherwise it drowns out the noise. So in lieu of me sweating profusely and making a mess and being miserable, I'm kind of rushing a little bit so I can get the fan turned back on. So anyhow, my theme for going up this year was some stuff that I just recently got into, and it's measuring instruments, rulers, folding rules, slide rules, things like that. Not so much these, but these squares are, what do they call them, bevel square? I'm not really sure what the proper term is for them. I have them for my vintage tool collection, and one of these I'll be cleaning up and using. So, but I actually had a little list made up to keep me focused so the little squirrel in my head doesn't veer off, and I end up, a lot of times I go to big shows and stuff like that,
and I just get so enamored with certain things, and I end up buying this, buying that, and then I end up leaving the show not really picking up anything that I had really needed, if you would, or let's say been wanting for a collection, and end up picking up, you know, lanterns, which I have plenty of, blow torches, which I have plenty of, wooden screwdrivers and adjustable wrenches and things like that. So really been into the plumb bobs recently, and I found this fella here. It's got a case. It's 18 ounce brass, and it is a didnt. I think that's how you pronounce that. Came with a little bit of string, so I'll be getting that guy cleaned up and adding that to my collection. Another plumb bob here. This one isn't labeled, but it's pretty interesting. This one here, me and the vendor, we can't figure out what it would be used for, being as it's so short and rounded and doesn't have a pointed tip on there. It's so blunt. Obviously not real precision. He's thinking for like hanging wallpaper, maybe, just to have something to hold a straight line. So I'll have to get that guy identified. The very first purchase is this yardstick, and it has fractions of the yard on the back side of it. So that was really cool. I had picked it up and was looking at it, and it was the only one sitting there in Scout Crafter. It was when we were walking around and got the grand tour, and we actually like started looking to buy stuff, and he stuck it in my hand and said, "Why are you looking at it? You've never seen one before, and for $4 you need to just take it." So I said, "You're right," and I bought it. So that's that guy, and the little Burns-O-Matic, this little baby torch, that was in a dollar bin. Picked him up. This guy here, Scout Crafter actually saw it, and he actually has a video on it, and it's a blowtorch. It's would actually have a rubber tube on there, and you fill it with I think it's alcohol, and you blow through the tube, and you light it, and when you blow through the tube it actually blows, and then when you don't, it just stops. So that was really cool. Do a little project on that. Say I already showed these. This was pretty neat. That was $5, that little torch there. I've never seen one, so that'll make a nice, just clean that guy up a little bit, put it in my display. This little caliper here, this is very interesting. Not sure how to pronounce it. It looks like Tomiko. So that was really cool. Never seen one of these. It's a Lufkin aluminum folding ruler. It's in really nice shape. Here's another folding ruler. It's a Lufkin, and this one is for bricklaying. So that'll make a nice addition to my display. And I've seen one of these once before, and it's really cool. Oh, who is this? Interlocks. And this one, it's not a folding rule, but it actually slides. And they come out like that. So that was really cool. Keifel and Esser tape measure. I believe that's 6 foot. And then I have another one here, new in box. So that's really cool. I have quite a big collection of Keifel and Esser stuff. That is the big Transit that I have upstairs. I did a video on it a while back, and that's who it's made by. And I actually am trying to find a plumb bob like this one that is Keifel and Esser to add to the display that I have in my home office with the Transit. And then the last ones here, these are all 3 Keifel and Esser slide rules. This one's in really, really nice shape. It's a nice leather case. And this one here, likewise, is the same. The case is really stiff on this one. funny that Keifel and Esser, or K&E, if you want to call it that, they this green is, I have a couple of the little hand levels. They're in a green leather case just like this. And then I also have a, which I'll have to do a video on it. It's called, it's for map work and drafting. It's called a compensating polar planimeter. And it is also in a hard leather covered case that's about that color green. So that's a nice short little video. That's my Jacktown finds. Oh, I forgot this guy. I found this with the whole pipe wrench thing I've been doing lately. This little tiny 6-inch rigid. So that's pretty cool. He's in pretty good shape. I don't see doing a restoration on that at all. Actually, it looks like it's been hit with a wire wheel. I'm gonna throw that right in my toolbox. So there we go. Hey, appreciate you watching. That was the Jacktown show of May 2022. It was a blast. Like I say, I met a lot of really cool YouTube fans and YouTube creators there. And if you ever have a chance to go, you need to get on the Jacktown, or I believe it's called the Blue Mountain Steam Collector Show, but everybody calls it Jacktown. Check them out. It's in Bangor, PA. And yeah, it was a hoot. It was a real good time. A lot of good deals there. Thanks for watching, guys.